All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Monday to you. I hope you had an absolutely amazing uh, holiday. Oh, crap. I hope you had a great Easter. If you celebrate, if you don't celebrate, I still hope you had a great Easter. My name is Enigma. I'm a variety streamer. I'm on Twitch, Twitter, Kick, Rumble, and YouTube. Hope you're having a great day. That's Soda Pop. Soda later. And but anyway, we are starting a game I've streamed before, and that is whatever. We are starting Castlevania Symphony of the Night, one of my favorite games of all time. I don't know about you guys at all, but I can flat out tell you I don't allow. There we are. Jeez. I played this game since it first came out. In fact, I went ahead and pulled out. This is the one that's on PlayStation 5. But I have my original copy. This is the original pressing of Symphony of the Night on the Sony PlayStation. As you can tell, black disc. It's got the colored disc. If you're not aware of the way that the PlayStation went, the original pressings always had full color on the disc, while when they reissued this later as a greatest hits, they made the disc silver. They just basically took all the color off of it, so you can usually tell which is which, and it's like that with most of those games. Options button. There we go. See, I have played this before. But this is a very important game. This is a very important game. For a couple of reasons. First reason being that it's it's not the first, but it really brought the Metroidvania genre into what it is now. Well, of course, ooh, gosh. Oh, crap. I knew I'd do that, and I did it. Stop. There. While the Metroidvania... I'm making a mess. That's what I do. When the Metroidvania genre was a thing, it wasn't really as defined as it is now. I mean, the half of the Metroidvania genre does say Vania in it, and it is for Castlevania. There were several versions of Metroidvania style games that came out before Symphony of the Night, including Super Metroid. Here we are again. This is why I am seriously considering leaving Kick. Is because of the bots. Alright, you're done. Boom. But they basically took Castlevania, the genre, and it turned into what it is now, which is the Metroidvania is a huge genre of games. We have a lot of games that have come out since this that are basically paid homage to it. This is also the first Igavania game, so as far as Iga goes, you should he's kind of the father of the modern Metroidvania. This was his first game, and it is so deep. There is so much to do in this game.
Dracula, die now and leave this world. You'll never belong here.
Oh, but this world invited me. Your own kind called me forth with praise and tribute.
Tribute? You're a thief. You steal men's souls, their freedom.
Freedom is always sacrificed to faith, good hunter. Or are you truly here by choice?
All I'm here for is you. To hell with your heresy. You're nothing but a blight on mankind.
Ha! Mankind. A cesspit of hatred and lies. fight for them then, and die for their sins.
They did change the dub of that. If you've never... I gotta get used to the controls again. If you've never never seen the original Castlevania Symphony of the Night, I would not say that the translation was top-notch. The localization did have some issues, so to speak. And I will not proclaim to be the world's best SO10 player. I am not. But I have played through this many times, and I do love the deepness of it. This is just the beginning of the game. You can play through as Richter if you want to. I think you just put Richter in as your name, and you can actually go through the castle as Richter. He doesn't level up, and he doesn't get access to new weapons or armor, but he does. He does his thing. He basically does the Belmont thing. There is a version on the Sega Saturn that came out in Japan. You can get reproduction versions now that are localized. I've got one over there for the Sega Saturn, where Maria is also playable, and there are more areas to explore as well. I really want to play that at some point, because it's been decades since I have done that. Yep, I knew we'd lose. There we go.
Not this time.
Count Dracula had risen with the aid of the Dark Priest Shaft to menace humanity once again.
Yeah, we don't see Dark Priest Shaft.
Richter Belmont stood against him and at last brought him down. However, 4 years later, on a glaring full moon night, Richter mysteriously vanished. Maria Renard set out to find him, but knew not where to begin. It was then that fate intervened. Castlevania, the castle of Dracula, rumored to appear once every century, suddenly materialized from the mist, as if to show her the way. Meanwhile, powerful forces struggled for the soul of a man named Alucard. He who had once fought alongside Trevor Belmont against his own immortal father, Count Dracula himself. To purge the world of his own cursed bloodline, Alucard had submerged his vampiric powers and fallen into what was meant to be eternal slumber. But now, he awakens to the cackles of evil and cries of the innocent. The eternal battle of good and evil has come full circle once more.
Once again, it has come full circle.
And no man can say who will emerge victorious.
All right, now the main game starts. So, we play through as Alucard here, son of Dracula. Yes, Alucard spelled backward is Dracula. So let's take a look now at the mechanics of the game. Okay, so we have a subscreen here. Alucard is going to have access to getting new weapons and different armor. Now, right now we have all this wonderful shit that we're going to have we have access to. It's not going to last. Okay, so we're going to be really powerful to begin with. We'll also take a look. We see level 1. We actually there is an experience system in this game very similar to Bloodstain that we played last week, where we kill stuff, we get levels up, right? There's also money. We get money. We'll be able to take money and buy things from the librarian when we get that far. There's going to be a lot of relics. We get a lot of items. Notice that we're hitting the candles. Nothing's coming out, and that's because we don't have the correct relics yet. And it might look like that what Alucard has equipped, there's a level up, right now is going to be the best stuff in the game. I'm going to tell you flat out it is not. It is very good, and once we get access to some of that stuff, we most certainly will use it. But like the sword in particular, not something that it is not the best sword in the game. So there's a lot of backtracking here. This is a very simple Metroidvania kind of game in that way, where we will have access to see there's areas where we will not have be able to get to certain areas, but we will be able to backtrack later once we get access to certain powers. Now things happen.
Alucard, what is your business here?
I've come to put an end to this.
Ever the insolent boy. But there will be no games here. If you will not behave, be gone.
I will do neither. Step aside, old man.
Such arrogance. Very well. But I shall see you very soon.
Alright. So, Death just took all of our shit. So, we don't have access to any of the stuff that we just had. Which means we have our fists. Now, we'll be able to collect things as we go along. And as we do that, we will get access to, more and more powerful weapons as we go. But we start off weak. That's how it works. One thing about this is you will find places. Oh, I've played this before many times. I have, as I said at the beginning, I have an original pressing copy of the original I played when it first came out, back in 1998 or whatever. Okay, so we just got a short sword. Let's equip that. That will give us a little bit more reach. Also, anytime... Oop, that's the wrong one. There are save rooms. There are no autosaves in this, so do not get spoiled by autosaves. No, the Red Rust is a two-handed sword. No, I'm not bisexual. Good morning, Desi. Thank you for coming in on Rumble. Love you, dear. Cool. Well, I'm not, so sorry to disappoint you. There's our first relic. Cube of Zoe. That means we'll be able now to get hearts out of candles, right? So if we take a look, we did get the Red Rust. That's a different sword. If we take a look at the Red Rust, it is a little... Well, it's actually not stronger. Never mind. It got a longer reach, but it's two-handed, so it's slow. So I don't use it. No, I don't live in Maryland. So everything that we kill, I don't think we get experience for killing the red skeletons because they keep coming back. Oh, jeez. It's taking damage here. Oops. Well, good for you, kid. Do you have anything constructive to say, or are you just here to be a troll? So now we have a hide curate of armor. Not great, but better than nothing. No, you're a kid. Don't lie. You're gonna sit there and call me names. I'm gonna sit there and call you names. So can't take it. Then leave. There you go. Hearts are ammunition. We use those like ammunition in we got a shield. For our sub-weapons, there are sub-weapons very similar to what we've seen in other Castlevania games. Your axe, holy water, clock, etc., etc. Alucard also has access to a large group of spells that they don't really tell you much about them, but you can figure them out and do different button combinations. And he'll get access to those spells. Max life up, I'll take those. Life, of course, very important. Another secret. There are secret areas in the castle. Max heart up. Hey, Grizzle, good to see you. It wouldn't surprise me. There's a dagger. Now we have the dagger as a sub-weapon we can throw just like that. That costs hearts, so whenever we do that, we will use sub-weapons. I don't like using them, but I'll use them on bosses. Yeah, usually, Grizzle, the people who are like that come in on kick. Kind of amazing. Oh, not really amazing, but that's just how it is. Okay, so we have that. Let's move this over here. Oh, look. Oop, that's a wall. Can't get through that. Well, he's on Twitch, so yeah. If I were to, I do get a couple of subs on Twitch, so I do still stream there, but we do have now a cloth cape. Once again, that brings up some stats. It's not a great statistic. It does change our cape, though, as you can see. Oops. So how was your I almost said Christmas. How was your Easter, Grizzle? So we're level 3. Next experience level up is 66. So if we the monsters in this game do things like right now those are worth 66. That's worth 12 experience points per kill on the Axe Knights. As we increase our level, good. I'm glad to hear it. As we increase our level, certain monsters will their what they're worth as far as experience goes will change. So be very cognizant of that. Be very careful. Also, early on in the game, be careful of the monsters. Just simply because we're weak, we are not in a position where we can go toe-to-toe with a lot of things. So I definitely don't want to get poisoned. I am playing it safe so we can make sure we continue, progress without too many hiccups. There we go, another level up. And see, now we can kill those things in 2 hits instead of 1. Every level up, our stats move up a little bit. So this game is half level and half gear. You definitely want to get the best gear as possible, as quickly as possible. But you also want to make sure you're taking. Ooh, the axe. I like the axe. Take your time as well to make sure you are taking the specific time to grind. We can't get in there yet. That'll be something we get from the librarian. Gotta go get him. Remember, these skeletons can poison you. That's what those drops are. So just be careful with those. Now, one of the things that this game is notorious for is hiding half of the game behind a very specific line of things we have to do in order to get to the part where our guy is. We can march right now and go into the final boss of the first castle, and we can get the bad ending. Crap. I'm just taking hit after hit. I told you guys I'm not as good as other people. Jeez. Okay. Level up there. But if we do that, we will lose. We will not get the good ending. So there are things we will have to do to get to the part of the, where we'll be able to. There we go. Go. Full health. And if we can go to our map screen, and you can see where we've been and where we haven't been and all that, we will be able to come back and backtrack to all of this. Even when we unlock the second castle, we'll be able to come back to the first castle to get to find things over here as well. We leveled up twice with the bosses, so that's good. Exploration is a very important thing in this game. There is a set of armor called the walk armor, or the traveler's armor. I'm pretty sure it's the walk armor. And as we unlock map, that armor, when we get it, will continue to grow in power and get stronger. It actually is, I believe, as far as defense goes, it ends up being the best armor in the game if you unlock the entire both castles map. See, we came out over here now. Pardon me. But we're not going to stay here. We're going to go back. Never hurts to explore, never hurts to move, never hurts to see what you can find. You never can tell what hidden secrets there are. This game is so deep that like there are rare drops that some of these monsters do drop that are just insanely powerful. The Medusa heads, for instance, drop a shield that is a Medusa head, and if you hold it out like this and you run forward, you basically evaporate anything in your path as you go. It's a great shield and it's fun to play with, but it's in the long run, it's not as good as other shields you get, but it's still cool to play with. But it's a very rare drop. And of course, money does end up being important, so get as much money as you can. Just simply because the librarian has access to certain things that early on in the game you want to get your hands on. In particular, the Gladius sword. I try to get that because it's a pretty decent sword to use at the beginning, towards the beginning of the game here. Damn it. Ooh, hey. Crap! I saw it happen and I still let it happen. Don't get that. But the best advice I can offer anyone who's just starting this game out for the first time, when you find a place to take a few minutes to grind and get yourself some XP, you know, there'll be certain monsters that are worth quite a bit. Spend some time there. Take you know 10 minutes and take some time there to level and grab some levels, because the game can get very, very difficult very, very fast if you are not paying attention. To where if you're just trying to blitz through the game without leveling up, you'll find out real quick that you will be in trouble. Because we're like, what, level 6 now. Every area we go to will have, there will be more, at least one boss, especially in the second castle. When we're collecting the things to get to Dracula, those are the one there's a lot of important bosses there. Here we just have to make sure we get 2 rings. There are going to be 2 rings to get, silver and gold, and then we'll take those to the clock tower and get the glasses. The glasses are what's important to get to the second castle. It's also wise to know when you are up against something you should not be fighting. Very important to know that. Crap. And you'll know when you see them because they're going to be big and all that. But keep in mind what's around. As we'll see that there's going to be items out of place, like right up there. There's actually an item up there. I can see it. But we can't get up there yet. So when we get access to the, you know, the bat or the vertical jump, double vertical jump, you'll see that. I don't think we can get up there with the double jump, but we'll be able to go up there, and you'll see that on the map. We still have unlocked it because we jumped up high enough. But there are also status changes. Certain monsters can do status changes to you depending on how they hit you. For instance, those dolls can curse you. They can Danhausen you. You don't want to get cursed. The skeletons we saw earlier can poison you. There's a a relic right there, and a level up too. We'll take the level up. You can see what these relics do just by going down to relics, and you can see that the Cube of Zoe causes items to materialize. That means that's how we get the hearts out of the candles. The Spirit Orb shows enemy damage, so whenever we smack an enemy, it's going to have a number popping up to say how many hit points of damage we've done to them. So it's 12 and 12. Make sure we are popping all the guys down, collecting all the monies. Is this where the ghosts appear? I think, yeah, this is the ghosts. Ghosts are infinite. They will continue to pop up. Well, damn it. Sucked to be me there. And there's going to be a guy here that's going to be one I don't want to mess with. There he is. Oh, crap. Need back my axe. Ooh, we're about to die. I don't like that. Good thing there's a safe spot right here. And that'll refill our health. Well, we on 194 for our next level up. Damn. Crap. It's always one. I always like the axe because Alucard does not have a great aerial game when it comes to this. Plus, I've always liked the axe in Castlevania games. I know in the first one, the Holy Water is what you want because that stun locks damn near everything in the entire game. But I do have always liked the axe because Alucard can throw it, and it does an arcing motion above his head. And that ends up being pretty valuable to do against several bosses in this game. Looks like our troll is on Twitch left. He ain't saying anything. He ain't saying shit. Go. So there is a room in the upper right-hand corner. We can't get up there yet. We need the bat to do that. So this will be another one of those places where it's a we come back later. That's how Metroidvanias work. Ow. Seven to go. Give me that. Ow! Damn it, wrong one. Just trying to gain XP. Get our quick safety save. Always take the saves when you can get them. It might seem like it's monotonous, and believe me, compared to how it was on the PlayStation 1, this is actually quite easy. The PlayStation 1 had some real graphic errors, or not errors, but loading times that were insane. Alright, Fleamen, one of the worst enemies in the entire Castlevania franchise. Pain in the ass. This room is very important. Oh, there's Maria.
Are you human? What are you doing here?
I've come to destroy this castle.
Likewise. I'm Maria. And you are?
Alucard.
Well, if you're a better swordsman than a speaker, perhaps I'll see you again. Farewell.
So these statues move depending on a couple of deals. One of them is if you have the clock, which I don't like losing the axe, but the clock is one that we'll need. to open up half of it. Oh, no, don't want that. There's the clock. Let's go back to the clock room, and we'll use that. We shall get the and we'll get the axe back afterwards. Oop. Good lord! All right, there's our level up. Take that. Oop. Oh, give that to me. Some of the stuff we get in this game is kind of, it will be very OP, like when we get, Alucard, of course, is a Dampier. He has the ability to, you know, he has all the strengths of a vampire. He will be able to, oh, let's go there first. That's open. Oh, I can't jump up there. Well, then never mind. We'll have to come back. So use the clock, and then that opens up, but we can't do anything about that yet, so let's just go. We need a double jump or something. One thing I always respected about Castlevania Symphony of the Night is not a lot of companies did this. But this came out during a time period where a lot of developers were obsessed with getting into 3D. So 3D style graphics. So you would see a lot of games coming out that were, you might have cut your teeth on them in 2D, but they wanted to try to make them in 3D because they thought that was the next thing. So a lot of games at this time that were based off of legacy franchises were trying to go 3D, and Castlevania, not one of them. It stayed 2D, and until the Nintendo 64, when it finally tried 3D. And to be fair, to be honest, Castlevania did not fare well in 3D early on. The Lords of Shadow series is okay. The first one's better than the second one, but there were attempts to take Castlevania into 3D, and they did not go over well. But Symphony of the Night was one that basically kind of just said, no, we're not doing that. We're sticking with 2D. We're sticking with what got us to the dance. And after that, okay, another Jewel of Open there. I can't remember what those things are worth. Remember, just because something takes a lot of hits doesn't mean it's worth a lot. Well, that wasn't bad. But you'll know when, like, there's, in the Upside Down Castle, there is actually, it's a good place to get some money early on, too. In the early on castle, there is a group of enemies that are Nova Skeletons. And when those are some of the enemies I do farm, just because of how much XP they give. So, Where's my axe back? Down to 175. Hey, Goat, good to see ya. How was your Easter? Oop, oh. Yeah, those stoneflower do turn you to stone. There we go. Getting nailed there. And remember, we have... Ah! I hit it again. Enemies have common drops and they have rare drops. The rare drops are the ones like the best sword in the game is a rare drop from one specific enemy in the upside down castle. There's only like 1 or 2 spawns of them in the entire thing, but you have to. It's like a 1 in 64 thing, but it is so worth it to get that sword once you get it. There we go, level up. It's all good. I got another goat that's about to deliver. So y'all didn't hunt any eggs or anything like that? Desi and I went to my parents' house yesterday. The reason why I didn't really do anything this weekend because of that. Yep. 123. And now it's 401. So they've gone down how much? The higher level you go, the lesser reward that monsters give you. So you can't just sit here and if you continue to farm these guys over and over again, they will go down to the part where they're just worth 1 experience point each. And that happens at all parts of the game. Is that you'll find monsters that are like, oh my god, these guys are giving me a ton of XP, and then all of a sudden you farm them for 10, 15 minutes, and you find out, okay, now they're not worth the juice isn't worth the squeeze anymore. Well, that's not any fun. That is a jewel for sale. We sell those. Reduce the heads. Okay, that guy right there is a dick. Alright. He is very strong. Crap. We can look here, but this is always really funny to me. There's someone out in the river, but we don't know who that is. Remember, you do want all the money you can get. We are sitting at 3,500. See, not worth it right now. He's way too strong. He's got stuff behind him though, so I do want to get by him, but I think it's time for another boss. Alright. I know you love your goats, though, Goat, so... Very, very big season for you. Oh, no, 113. What level are we? Level 9, okay. Because I know, if I'm not mistaken, the boss that we're about to fight is level 10, so... And those are worth something. Yeah. They're worth enough to farm for a few minutes. No, I didn't. I was actually out most of the night, so I apologize. Let me go look. Let's see. I gotta see what Goat said. Where? Oh my goodness. That is... I tell you, something that really bugs me about Twitter... There it is. Or there you are. There we go. Let's see. Oh, that sucks. I am sorry, Goat. That's money is tight. Money is tight for a lot of people right now. You're not wrong about that. Lots of everything's getting more expensive and no one's making more money, so that's the thing that a lot of the higher-ups don't understand when it comes to wealth in this country, or probably any country. If the price of everything is going up and wages aren't going up, then you have a problem. And it's been that way for, hell, ever now. And they're going to say, well, wages have gone up 5%. It's like, well, that's great. The price of everything's gone up 10%. So people just don't have the money. They don't have the money to spend on goofy stuff. Oh my gosh. So the price of everything's gone up and you made even less. Yeah. I am so sorry, Goat. I really hope you get there. Because you're raising animals. And raising animals ain't cheap. Alright, we'll get another level up here. That didn't level us up? Okay. I thought that would level us up, but no. There we go. Oh my gosh, that sucks. Just walked without paying you. So you did work for them and they just said, yeah, well, you're done. Or just, you know, go piss up a rope. That sucks. All I did last year was stream. I streamed full time last year, and I think I made a whopping $200 last year, all year, just from streaming. I think that's all I made. Luckily, I'm in a situation where I'm encouraged to continue doing what I'm doing. Time for a boss. Boy, he is. Pain in the ass. Well, it's if you've done work for people and they're not paying you for it, I mean, it's easier said than done. You're getting a lawyer to sue and all that, but it's going to cost you more money than you'd probably make in the long run. There we go. Yeah, that's the bitch of it. Is that you're in the right, but suing to get the money, it would cost you more for the lawyer than it would be, and unless you got him for court costs too. But finding a lawyer willing to take that on like that. Okay, we have a Gladius. It's a different sword than I thought. Gladius is better by 1 point. So, and it's probably longer too. A little longer. That elevator's not working, so can't use it. I feel like I missed something. Take that level up. Crap. Oh. Alright, now we can use the elevator. Over here, though, let's come up here. Now, remember, any door you see like that means they're going to take you to a different area. Yeah, there's that too. Travel expenses. They don't let you do things as Zoom meetings anymore, so yeah. But this, crap, this different area is actually a fast travel point, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not. It's a clock tower. The music is so good in this game. I consider this to be one of the Holy Grail soundtracks as a Symphony of the Night soundtrack. Every track is just amazing. This is the fast travel point, I think. Yeah. So, fast travel points will be all over the castle. It is a quality of life thing where we'll be able to just fast travel for here, there, and everywhere. But it's also castle restricted, if I'm not mistaken. Said 559 there. Let's see. How much? 504. So it's worth 50. Alright. Now we can turn into the wolf. Useful in some spaces. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get the sword. But we gotta get to the other castle first. That's funny. Take a hit after hit. Like that. 24, I'm afraid. I'm gonna die. Jackass? Oh, I'm cursed. There you go. 169. Whoa! Now I'm cursed again. Werewolves of London. It's me, Rob! That's Rob! That's me, Rob! Hello, boy! I have to be careful. I have 21 hit points left. level up. Fairy scroll, I believe. Yep, now it identifies the monsters we're fighting, so those are called magic tomes. I'm cursed. Danhausen cursed me. I got Danhausen.
It's been a long time, old one.
Eh? Why, it's Master Alucard.
Yeah, it is.
Visit, have we?
I need your help.
Oh, but young master, I could never betray the good count.
You won't go unrewarded.
Unrewarded.
In that case, just tell me what you need.
That's right. I can't betray the count unless you're paying me. Harper is the sword that I want. That's 12,000. We've got 5,000, so we're almost there. But there's actually something more important that we need here, and it is going to be the duplicator. Where is Jewel of Open? That gets us into those doors that say can't that they're sealed, magically sealed. But I do want that sword Harper. Probably have to come back for it though, because I gotta find a safe spot. Those guys drop a sword too that's actually better than the one I'm using, so if I get it, that's great. But again, it's one of the more rare drops. Ha. 468. What are these things worth? Only 8. They're not worth that much. But every little bit does help right now. Oh, crap! Now I'm cursed. I'm Danhausen. Go. Oof, boy, I almost got cursed again. Ow! Now I'm cursed. This is where I gotta be careful. These guys take 3 hits right now, and they rush me. Like that. We'll come back here because I want to make sure we get. I want to get that sword. There we go. No progress wasted. But we need 12 grand for that sword. You're kidding me. Damn. If you were to drop one of those swords, I wouldn't mind it at all, because it is better. Level up. Drop a more hide. When it's just the flea men, it's not that bad, but when they pepper in other enemies with the flea men are very random and unpredictable, so bronze is better, so we'll go ahead and equip that. See, we go from defensive of 5 to 6, so it's not much better, but it's better. And you can't take anything for granted in this game, so you want to make sure you take the time to take whatever you can get when the game gives it to you. Yeah, see how random the flea men are? You can't predict where they're gonna hit. bit helps. Make sure we're taking our quick saves. Grant, the pirate didn't climb walls, yeah. All right. Oh, jeez. Boy, oh boy. So there is a place to get $100 bags in... Oh, you know what? Use your head, Enigma. There's a place down here with $250 bags. Plus I have a zirconia in the cell, but... Yeah, so it was a weekend where Saturday we did a couple of things. Nothing. Oh, we saw the Mario movie. That's what we went to do. And then we Sunday we went to my parents' house for Easter. Hung out with them. Love my parents. Tart. 606. So they're diminishing returns. They're not really giving you a lot to work with as far as experience goes, but that money is what we want. I want that money. The movie was fine. I think the first movie was better. There was a lot. There's no. It doesn't have a 3-act structure, so the movie is just kind of one great big act. And there are some oddball kind of. There was like one really kind of an oddball plot hole, which is outside of saving the princess, they really don't know what the bad guys have planned. Mario and Luigi don't really know why they need to save the princess. They just know she needs to be saved. And I thought that was weird. A lot of callbacks though, a lot of Easter eggs, a lot of characters. I wish they wouldn't have spoiled that Fox McCloud was in the movie. I wish they would have kind of held on to that. because we knew he was going to be in it. So when he appeared, made his appearance, I was like, oh, there he is. You know, I just wish they would have not spoiled that. But it was fun. It was fun. It was funny. That's what I said. When you do see it, there are there's one mid-credit scene, and then there's an after-credit scene. So, and the after-credit scene is a character reveal for probably the next movie. It would have made more sense to go with World before Galaxy. It should have gone World. And what's weird is, there's characters in it from Mario Odyssey too, so they're all over the map with the Mario stuff. There was characters from every Mario game, you know, that Mario, obviously the Mario Brothers, Mario World, Mario Sunshine, you know, even Mario Sunshine, then Mario Odyssey and Mario Galaxy. So they went through the whole kit and caboodle with that, and I thought that was a little confusing. Damn it. There we go. I believe I read it made $374 million. Universal gets to keep about half of that. At a $110 million production budget. Probably another $100 million in marketing, more than likely. So it's not broken even yet, but it's going to. Not right now it doesn't. Project Hail Mary is supposed to be good. I haven't seen it, but they don't have any competition this month at all. There's really nothing big coming out the entire month of April, right? They did the same thing with the Mario movie, the original Mario movie. The timing was perfect for it. They brought it out, and they had no competition for like 3 weeks, so they ruled the box office. Oh, come on! Asshole. Well, isn't Dune 3, if I read correctly, Dune 3 is going to have the IMAX screens. That Disney is not, they're considering pushing Doomsday up a couple weeks just so they can have access to the IMAX screens. that money. Would be smart, but they have to get the production done. That's the whole thing. Disney, one thing I know about Marvel is they treat their CGI, their graphic designers, the companies they hire to do CG for them, they have treated them very, very poorly in the past. And when you don't have a finalized script, you can't have people working on CG for your movie if you don't even know what's supposed to be in your movie. So they have been very. I know a big reason that the CG in a lot of Marvel films has been bad lately is because Kevin Feige is very much about shooting a whole bunch of content and then them piecing together. Piecing together some sort of semblance of a story in it. Now, my understanding also is that a lot of that came from Victoria Alonso, who's no longer with Marvel. But they ended up getting rid of her. She was the one who said that X-Men is a sexist name, and they needed to change it. So, I'm not saying it's bad that she's not there because she was kind of nuts, but if they're gonna roll into Doomsday with the story changing every couple of days, that's gonna play hell with it. We'll see. I think that Doomsday is going to be Doomsday and Secret Wars are Feige's last stand. I think that he's under the gun. He doesn't have he doesn't know where the bodies are buried the same way that Kathleen Kennedy does or did. So he does not have that plot armor keeping him from scrutiny or getting in trouble. And Marvel's lost a lot of money, same as Lucasfilm. Over these last since Endgame, and I'm pretty sure that he's under a lot of pressure to right the ship. And if you don't see Doomsday and Secret Wars earn over $1 billion each at the box office, I think Feige's going to be done. The state of comic book movies right now is not good because you've got Marvel, of course, is king of the castle still, but the problem is that they've he was forced to do that too. Is that when they launched Disney Plus, it was Marvel and Lucasfilm were basically told, you guys need to put things on Disney Plus so we can get people to subscribe. And WandaVision was okay. I watched all of Loki, the first season of Loki, and I thought it was kind of trash. I mean, if it wasn't for Tom Hiddleston, the whole thing would have been a complete and utter train wreck. I even watched Hawkeye and Falcon and Winter Soldier. I watched both of those, and they were not good. So they were forced to put that crap out, and they had to take the blame for it, and that's what sucks. They were forced to do it. Not to mention, at the time, Hollywood was still on there, and they still kind of are on their stuff. They were trying to turn Marvel into a girl brand. I don't know why they were trying to turn it into a girl brand, because the girls who like Marvel like it as it is. You know, I know a lot of female geeks, cosplayers and such. They don't need feminist representation, and They didn't like it. The guys didn't like it, and the audience they were courting doesn't exist because they don't buy anything. $466, $8,300. Yeah, Tom Hiddleston is a great Loki. He's got a lot of charisma. Is it any activists at all? That's the whole thing, is that they have to have, you know, it's all activism. It's not about producing entertaining content, entertaining stories. It's about preaching. It's about showing you that what you believe is wrong. And in reality, they didn't have to do any of that. I canceled my Disney Plus subscription after what they did with Mandalorian Season 2 with Gina Carano. Once that was over, or that whole thing went down, I canceled Disney Plus. And a big reason why was because I looked at what was there on Disney Plus and realized 99% of the stuff I would watch, I already own. So why would I continue to pay Disney to stream stuff that I own physical copies of? Oh, crap. We'll recover after this so we can make sure our progress is saved with the money. He would be. Why would he be proud of me? Oh, because I canceled Disney Plus? There's just no sense in paying for a service when you have no need for that service. You know, it's like the Xbox Game Pass. I would play Halo. I already own Halo, so why would I pay Microsoft an extra $30 a month to play something I already own a copy of? Makes no sense. Not really. I liked Mandalorian Season 1. I liked Mandalorian Season 2. And that's it. Like, everything else that they put on that platform that was made for Disney Plus has been really, really bad for the most part. Like I said, WandaVision started out fine. I actually liked the slow burn of trying to figure out what's going on, but it ended like a wet fart in church. It was nothing great the way that it ended. And Wanda still hasn't paid for what she did, by the way. To me, that's the most, like, crazy thing. We're like, oh, well, they all forgave you in the end. No, they frickin' didn't. You took over a town, and you brainwashed everybody to play into your little fantasy. Well, if you remember, that's what happened with Gina, is that right after Season 2 is when they publicly fired Gina Carano because of her political stance on things. She was far too libertarian for their liking, so they couldn't have that. And they tried to get her to go to sensitivity training and get on a Zoom call with 100 activists and all that, and she refused, so they fired her. And when they did that, when they publicly fired her, they publicly humiliated her is what they did. I said, that's it. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. There's just no sense in me continually throwing money into this bucket. So I never watched Ahsoka. I never watched Mandalorian Season 3. I never watched Andor. I never watched Ironheart. Never watched any of that stuff. I didn't. I don't have Disney Plus. And I never plan on getting Disney Plus again. Especially now, because again, they're not putting out anything worth a damn. $9,500, almost there. They said it was good. I heard Mandor was actually pretty good. Of course, it's still politically motivated. They still are. It's still an allegory for, you know, Orange Man. But I heard it was a pretty good show. But at that point, I'm Star Wars'd out. One of the trailers we saw for the Mario movie was Mandalorian and Grogu, and she looked at me and says, "Do you want to see that?" And I said, "Absolutely not. The only thing I want to see is how much money that movie is going to lose." Oh, that's the new season of Daredevil is supposed to be about Orange Man, right? Kingpin is an allegory for Orange Man. And I'm sitting here screaming, going, I'm tired of the allegories for Orange Man. Can we just have some good entertainment, please? Can you just, please, go into your creative stuff, go into your hideaways, and write something entertaining. Something that's going to take me away from the shit that's happening in this world today. Because that's what entertainment's supposed to do. I went and watched the Mario movie because I wanted to see a movie about two plumbers saving a frickin' princess from a giant spiky turtle, and that's what I got. I didn't get a lecture about anything. So piss on the lectures. We are. It's not. I don't want to watch Marvel or Star Wars so I can get lectured on things that are going on in the world today. I want to watch that stuff because I want to be entertained. I want to see good stories. I want to see good characters. Exactly. That's what it is. We want escapism. Now, if you want to make a movie about something that's going on in the world today and try to lecture, then present it that way. Bring out your movie and say, this is what this is. We're going to tell you how much we don't like Orange Man and what he's doing, and that's what this movie's going to be about. And see how it works. See how it goes. But they don't do that. What they do instead is they'll take Star Wars or Marvel or DC or whatever and take a property that has nothing to do with anything, and all of a sudden it becomes an allegory for what's going on in the world right now with the wars or Orange Man or whatever. And they haven't gotten through their heads yet that when you do that, when you take a stance, you're going to alienate half of your audience. I don't care what that stance is. Your audiences are, instead of worrying about lecturing, you should worry about entertaining. And then you'll get rewarded with this stuff we call money. Same thing's happening in gaming right now. Why aren't people buying? Why are more people buying retro stuff and not buying the newer stuff? Well, a lot of it has to do with lecturing, and a lot of it has to do with you know, being insulting the audience and things like that. When in reality, if you just released a great product and didn't lecture people, looking at you, Ubisoft, every time you release something, there's a lecture involved with it. You would see that people would reward you with cash. That's how it works. But they will never get it through their heads, because the people who are in those companies right now that are responsible for a lot of the content we're seeing, movies and gaming wise, their activism is more important than the success of the company they're working for. Because the way they look at it is real simple. If tomorrow Ubisoft goes belly up, if Ubisoft goes tits up, all the activists will just go, well, we'll just go somewhere else and we'll do the same thing over there. They'll just move from, they're like parasites. They'll move from host to host. And that's why we're in the state that we are with a lot of entertainment. Yep, Sonic the Hedgehog's a great example. They brought out that first trailer. The diehard Sonic fans said, what the hell is this shit? Universal went back and said, or is it Paramount? Whoever it was, Paramount. Paramount goes back and goes, you know what? If we don't have the diehard fans on board, then this is gonna die a slow, miserable death. They went back. They did what they had to do, and they were rewarded with cash. And we're about to get a fourth movie. So going back and instead of doubling down, going back and going, you know what, they're right, has resulted in them making a lot more money in the long run for, again, listening to the people who care. People don't bitch over IPs because they want things to fail. They do it because they want things to succeed, because they want things to improve. And they have not gotten that through their thick-ass heads yet. Yeah, he's over on Rumble, Goat, because I need watch hours over there. You take care, Goat. Thanks for being here. I'll try to be there. Usually at nighttime I'm cooking and taking care of Desi, but I do try to show up when I can. Thank you for being there. Oh yeah, the Harry Potter stuff right now. Even Saturday Night Live made fun of it. That's like, wow. All the Snape memes right now they're hilarious. One more, and we'll go get our sword. Shit. No, it's you're not wrong, Grizzle. I did too. Wait, they respawn? Weird. You're not wrong on that. SNL used to be an equal opportunity offender, but once again, they got overrun by activism and activists who only look at one side as being just and the other side is evil. That's the whole thing. Is that I don't look at the people who disagree with me as being evil. I think they're misguided. I think that they should they would be better off you know, opening themselves up to more opinions. But I don't think they're evil. But they think I'm evil because I don't agree and subscribe to things that they do. And I look at it real simple. You don't have to agree with me. Fine. I don't. It doesn't bother me at all. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. But they're not. Alright, let's go to the library and buy our new sword. And Living Color did make fun of everybody. So did Mad TV. That was a great comedy show. There we go. Now we have enough. Well, we had enough before. We're gonna get our sword, and that will be the sword we use through damn near this entire castle, if I'm not mistaken. Shit. Oh, don't lie, Grizzled. We all know you watched it because J-Lo was a fly girl. That too. See, I know. For those who don't know, in Living Color, between commercials, had a group of girls who were dancers that would come out and entertain and dance during commercial breaks for Living Color. And they were called the Fly Girls, and one of them was actually a young Jennifer Lopez. Back before her music career and all that. Back in the day. Bottom bone. Well, at least it only hit me for one now. Back when she had a booty. That's right. Well, she still got the booty, doesn't she? Or did she have a bootyectomy? Crap. Back when she had that booty. That was a while ago when she was a fly girl. Like I said, it was before she was anybody. She was not... I mean, she was Jennifer Lopez, but Jennifer Lopez was nobody at that point. kidding me? She had the booty. Go. Go. So guys, don't forget to hit that follow button, Twitch, Twitter, Kick, Rumble, subscription on YouTube. If you're on Rumble, if you're on YouTube, smash the like. Leave a comment and let people know that I'm here so I can continue to grow and improve and become better and better at what I'm doing.
Young Master Alucard.
How about this?
See how it doubles my
Thank you.
my attack. So let's go ahead and equip that. Now we're going to be able to do a lot more damage, double the damage we were doing. So a lot of these enemies that we were taking 2 hits will now only take 1. Again, this is not... Oh, cool. This is not the best sword in the game by far, but for here, this part of the game, having it is very, very helpful. Crap. Twice. And of course, anyone who's not following the Eclectic Goat should be. She is a wonderful person. How close are we to the level? 634 points. See, now we have the Jewel of Open, so we're going to be able to open up some more doors. So we are in much better shape now. See, those guys were taking a lot of hits before. They only take 2 hits. And as our strength improves, we'll continue to be able to take more to get down to 1. I wonder about if we can take this guy down yet. There we go. Now remember, if you want the bad ending, you can get the bad ending. All you gotta do is head up to the clock tower and go through that and go fight the master of the castle, and you'll find real quick that's the bad ending. In order to do things correctly, we need to get all the items that we need. We need to get the holy glasses, or whatever they're called. And that requires us to get the 2 rings, gold and silver, from specific bosses, from specific areas of the castle. One's up in the clock tower, or the other is in the Bastille, whatever that tower is called. And then the other one is down in the catacombs. Oops. So we have the Jewel of Open. We can open that door now. And that just unlocked a lot of stuff. Extra rooms. Crap. There is armor we can get from the librarian too that's really good, but I'm much more worried about the offensive capabilities. Being able to take things down and much faster is more important right now than defense. Right, and 546. Nope. There's a bandana. I don't have a helmet on yet. That brings intelligence down. Brings it up. Oh, crap, I did it again. Well. I don't like the way that went at all. But we're down to 436 for a level up now. Oh, come on, boy. Okay. One of the prevailing things about Castlevania that I really, really enjoy is there's really two different types of Castlevania fans, and they're both right. That's the best thing about it is there's people who like the old school Castlevanias, and then there's people who like the Metroidvanias. Ha! Didn't like that. Oh, shoot. I didn't mean to do that, but whatever. We had to come this way eventually anyway. We getting close? No. Okay, need the guy to come here for that. Boss fight, or kind of. Alucard does take damage from the water right now. There will be an item we get that will stop that, but right now he takes damage from water. Boss fight. Crap. Oh, come on. See, that sword would be a next upgrade for us, but because we have Harper, we don't need that. So. Thought we were supposed to take damage in the water. I guess not. Hey, Software Cook, good to see you. Oh, hey! Da, 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 da. Okay, we push this over here. And that's going to do it for that. These spearmen are going to eat it. Because I'm drowning them. Get yourself some shit-take mushrooms. Okay. I believe we submerge ourselves in water, it will hurt. So at least until we get the right item for it. Come on, baby. So keep in mind, there are parts of this game this early on that once you go there, you will not be able to get back up. At least not without a lot of help. Where are we with level up? 759. Yay, I reached my unique chatters goal now because of Software Cook. Thank you so much. Yeah, well, vampires supposedly don't like water as it is. But we'll be able to get an item for that. I got a pizza. Frog drop pizza. Hey. So once you get that walk armor, you'll see what I mean. The walk armor ends up being, to me, the best armor in the game, if I'm not mistaken, after you uncover so much of the castle. Oop, nope, nope, give me back my axe. Yes, you're... That was a toad, not a turtle. There wasn't no turtles here. Actually, I don't think we fight turtles in Soten. A lot of frogs. The Japanese love their frogs and their toads for some reason. Ow. How close are we now? 686. So these things aren't really giving us a lot of XP. Mid seppuku. Dang, there goes my axe. That sucks. Yeah, the fishmen are a pain in the ass because they infinitely spawn. In Soten, the ghosts and the fishmen are on an infinite spawn. You can never kill them all. Who the hell is deleting a whole bunch of comments? It's probably someone who's been banned already, but I keep seeing that over on my... Probably someone on Twitch. Or Kick. I have deleted a lot of comments from Kick and Twitch. Where are we here? Okay, I see that. I see that. Okay. One of the really special items we need to get for the good ending is down here. But it's over there, and we can't reach that without the bat, so I'm not really worried about it right now. Is it Kick? I've deleted so many. I am about ready to stop streaming on Kick, because Kick is just nothing but bots. It is nothing but bots, and you're probably right. It probably is Kick. I've banned so many people on Kick. It is a bot farm. If you don't have, if you're not selling feet picks on Kick, it's nothing but a bot farm. And I know there are people, I'm friends with people who make money on Kick and do really well there. I am not one of them. Oh yeah, it's insane. I had someone contact me on Twitter, and if you looked at her account, it said she was a Vancouver-based streamer, Vancouver, Canada. Well, if you look at her Twitter account, it's based out of, like, Singapore. And she's trying to sell me some dude to be my streaming manager, and it's like, I'm not doing that. First of all, you're not even who you say you are, so... And that's just on Twitter. But I am thinking of postponing Kick. I stopped streaming on Kick a while ago because of I had data caps on my internet, and it was just a pain in the ass. But these days, I don't have that problem anymore. But doesn't mean I'm doing. You know, it's not any good. Yep. Knuckle Duster. I'm not going to need the Knuckle Duster, though, because I've got this amazing sword.
Welcome aboard, O Prince. Shall I guide thee across the river?
So the merman statue, if you look at the relics, just summons the oarsman. So where we were earlier, you got to go back there, and he'll be there. We can't really do much here without not taking damage from water, so we'll have to wait on that. Yeah, I've done this a time or 12. This is one of my favorite games. If we're talking PlayStation 1, best games on the PlayStation 1, this is a top 5 game for certain. Of course, you know as well as I do, the real trick is going to be the second half of the castle. The second castle is where things turn really, really, really difficult. Okay, now we're back at the beginning of the game. No, might as well uncover as much of it as we can. Can't get up there yet. A lot of backtracking in this game. There are two prevailing thoughts with Castlevania, that either this is the best one or Castlevania 4. Both are excellent, but they are two different styles of Castlevania games. Castlevania 4 is basically old school Castlevania, stage-based. Difficulty is a big deal with those games, especially Castlevania 3. One of the hardest games on the NES is Castlevania 3. And the other is this game, because this was the future of Castlevania. After this game, a lot of your GBAs and your DS games all went Metroidvania. There were the occasional 3D types, Castlevania 64, then they had Curse of Darkness and stuff like that, Lord of Shadow. But overall, nowhere nearly as good as the Metroidvanias ended up being. Yeah, Castlevania is a remake of the first game, and it is so good. It is so good. It really is. Lords of Shadow 1 is not bad. I actually liked playing Lords of Shadow 1. Lords of Shadow 2, on the other hand, was not. But those were the two... Kojima got involved at that point. The Hideo Kojima, after the success of the Metal Gear series, he became a vice president of the company, and he had his fingers in a lot of different pies. And Castlevania, Lords of Shadow was one of them that he had his fingers in. Has all the earmarks of a Kojima game. Hollywood voice actors, you know, all that good stuff. Patrick Stewart was in that game. Jason Isaacs was in that game. 2 is actually, if you go back and you play 2, it's closer to being this than it is old school than it is the first one. Castlevania 2 is actually a Metroidvania. Now, they made a hell of a lot of mistakes with it. Like, it was impossible to get through without having some sort of guide because of the fact that a lot of the townspeople lie to you. So, you can't really tell without having some sort of guide who to believe and who not to believe. But I don't hate 2 because again it is a Metroidvania. It absolutely is. Yeah, the story wasn't great. The ending sucked too. The boss fight sucked. There was a lot of mistakes they made with Castlevania 2 that were just not good. The AVGN it was his very first review of a game was that. It's okay. You know, like I said, it's okay. His review was correct. He's a little dramatic, but it's... Castlevania 2 is rough around the edges.
Alucard, wasn't it? We meet again.
So it seems.
As friendly as ever, I see. It's strange. This castle's different than I remember it.
This castle is a creature of chaos. With each rebirth, it takes a new form.
Here I thought my mind was playing tricks. Well, there's nothing for it. Till we meet again.
Dead or alive. Boy, they are really active on Kick. Yeah, it was Kojima got involved and he made it fine. He made it. It's not like Lords of Shadow is bad. It's not. At least the first one's not. But Kojima had a point in time with Konami where he basically was in charge of a lot of different things, and I think the problem with Kojima is, while he is a mad scientist and brilliant, he needs to be reined in. And you know, Death Stranding. People can say what they want to about Death Stranding. Death Stranding is Kojima with no filter, and I didn't care for it. But that's just me. It's my opinion. I know it's got its fans. But he was basically taking over a lot of the franchises, the story franchises from Konami. He was already in charge of Metal Gear. He was taking charge of Castlevania. He was taking charge of Silent Hill. And Konami was trying to get more into pachinko machines at that point. They didn't think gaming had much of a future for them. So they went and with Metal Gear, he was working on Metal Gear Solid 5, and they basically kind of took him out back and, or took him down to an office, locked him in his office, and wouldn't let him finish the game. Let's go this way first. Yeah, I thought I liked the first one. I never could get into the second one though, but I don't know how much. I don't know how much input Kojima had over the second game. Well, okay, that's not what I wanted to do. It looks like it's going to be good. I hope it is too. It looks like it's going to be really good. Knight Shield. Yeah, I think you're right, though. I think it's all on Kick. I'm looking at my Kick right now, and there's someone... Yeah, there's someone spamming my Kick chat. I think when I get back from lunch, I might not be on Kick anymore. So this part right here is funny. Basically, this is a confessionary booth. We can confess. We sit down. Now, well, depending on how he acts.
Your weary soul here.
Yep.
May the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost be with you. Amen.
So that's the good one. Right? But if we go in here and sit down, let's see if what he does this time.
Rest your weary soul
okay.
here. May the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost be with you. Amen.
There is one where he does something. Let's see. If he laughs.
Rest your weary
Okay,
soul.
he's not going to.
Rest your weary soul here. May the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost be with
He's
you.
not going to do it. But basically, there's one where if he laughs before he goes in to sit down, he pulls back the curtain and then he attacks you. So I can't. Apparently, he's not going to do it. But and apparently, I reset the music because there's no music right now. Yeah, that's fermented grape juice is what that is. It doesn't say it, but that's what it is. It's a serving of fruit. Alright, so there's going to be flying skeleton. These things are a pain, and there's birds. Those crows are a pain in the ass, so I've got to be careful of those. Ooh, that's a lot of money. Is it the other side? That could be it. Let's see. I thought it was randomized, but I think I don't remember. Yeah, this is it. Now she's gonna laugh. Yep. We better move, and then bam. You're right. 258. Crap. As I said, those crows are a pain in the ass. Definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Got him, just barely. Silver plate. That should be better than my bronze. It is. Defense goes up 3. Look at our map here. Okay, so this one is the... Yeah, see, this is one we have to come back to. That's where there is a one of the rings that we need. We can't get that right now. That's true. Nope, I don't want that. Don't want that either. Level up. Just don't remember you want to uncover as much of the map as you can, so because once we get that walk armor, I believe this is where we fight our next boss coming up here. Could be wrong. Nope, I'm not wrong. Here she is. Right, it is.
You look like you're doing well for yourself.
Well, I'm pretty good.
And you didn't come here to flatter me.
True. Do you know the name Richter Belmont?
Belmont? Of course. Why?
He disappeared about a year ago. I'm sure he's here now. If you see him, please let me know.
As you wish, my lady.
A gentleman after all.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
I think Medusa's in the Upside Down Castle. I thought I had my thing backwards. Oop, come on. Okay. That's a way to the next area. Oh, safe spot. Good. Yep, getting ahead of ourselves. Oh, okay. This is actually the final part, but this is, I think we get the double jump stone here, so one of the most important ones to get is that double jump, so we can actually reach some of the platforms we weren't able to reach prior. Classic Castlevania music here, love it. Leap stone. So now I can double jump. That's right, he needs a... Alucard needs a new pair of shoes. Speaking of Alucard, he's not here today, right now. He must be working pretty hard Monday. Day after Thanksgiving. He's probably got a lot going on. I don't really want to risk that. The clock tower is always an infamous level in Castlevania games where they get a little salty with the difficulty. Now that we have the leap stone, we'll be able to access some other areas. Most everything as far as that you're gonna need to get for unlocking new areas in this game is going to be stuff to do with your leaping, flying abilities, quite honestly. Ah. Crap. Give back my axe. And my axe. Don't want the Bible. See where we are. Okay, there is. This over here. Oh, okay, can't get in there yet. Gotta come in from the other side. Have to level up again. I don't remember really having much problems with Medusa in this game, but the clock tower is one that it can be a pain. There's a lot of stuff in the clock tower. There's secret rooms in the clock tower, and they don't give you a lot of places to recover. Now that we have the double jump, we can unlock some more stuff, more castle going this way. Whoa. Ass. Okay. And there's still going to be stuff we can't unlock, so because we actually need either the anti-grav stone or we need the bat. Oh, are you kidding? He just threw his sword out there and I just ran into it like a jackass. Ah. Can't reach that yet. Yeah, the gears and the spikes. There's Alucard. He's over on Twitch. Oh, come on. There we go. There it goes. Yeah, Alucard is the authority on this game, so I would not pretend in a million years to know about how much he's dissected this game in so many different ways. He is a Metroidvania fiend. Of course, congratulations to him as well. He did do Silver Surfer. Pretty impressive feat there without cheating. He or rewinds. He did it on stream. Yeah, Silver Surfer. I told him when he said he was going to do it. I was like, you realize what you're getting yourself into with Silver Surfer? He says he did, but I don't think he knew exactly what he was getting himself into until he actually sat down to try to do it. Silver Surfer's a top 5 NES game, hard. It's hard. You know, you got your Battletoads, you have Castlevania 3, And you got Silver Surfer for certain very difficult games. All of them. Poisoned. Oh, crap. He says he knew what he was getting into. I believe him. Okay, we're back up here. And still 900 experience points away. See, these Axe Knights used to be worth a lot. Now they're really not. Now they're worth 1 a shot. So there's no sense in farming these Axe Knights. Unless you're looking for a specific drop of something, which you really probably shouldn't be. Diminishing returns on them. Excruciatingly hard. Yeah, that's what I know. Yep. The monsters in this game have diminishing returns. So when you find an area where you can level fast, and there's going to be a couple of them, you can grind them for a bit. But continually doing it, the higher up you get in level, I still can't get that. The less they reward you for farming them. So I don't think I need to be down here. I think what I need is the clock, and then go, yeah. Hey, you have more patience than I do, Alucard. If I ever stream Silver Surfer, I'm going to use the cheats. I guarantee it. And I'm not telling you guys not to kill things that are only giving you 1 experience point a run. In fact, you should be killing things because of the drops. They could drop something, money, something you're going to need. We need the clock for that. Yeah, Silver Surfer is nasty. Basically, Silver Surfer comes down to one thing, and it's hard because I know I've explained this on stream before to folks who've been here before, but in Japan, it's illegal to rent video games. You cannot rent video games in Japan legally. They will shut you down. Nintendo got that passed back in the 80s. They tried to get that passed here, and it fell flat on its face. Nintendo lost it. They couldn't do it. So, instead, the publishers and developers decided, well, if we can't if we can't have illegal rentals, let's just make the games unbelievably hard so they can't complete the game in one weekend. I believe they're worth a lot. Battletoads is hard because of the fact that no two stages are alike. That's the thing about Battletoads. It's not the hardest stage, but it's hard enough that you really don't want... You know, once you get through it and you have limited continues and limited lives, you're not in a good place after a battle after that. And then you lose and you realize you have to do the turbo tunnels again. Yeah, especially with two players. It's impossible with two players. Well, the thing with Silver Surfer is you're a huge target in Silver Surfer. And the game doesn't really tell you what you can pass through and what you can't pass through, so it's trial and error. It's absolute trial and error. Ah. Yeah, see, these are worth a lot. This is one of those areas you want to take advantage of that for a little while. Ha. Oh, you didn't use a turbo controller. Alucard did it completely vanilla. He did it just like it was intended to be done. Which is why he deserves all the kudos in the world for doing that. Hunter Sword. I don't think that's better than mine, but let's just look. Nope. Nope. I told you. Still worth 100. Something might be happening. Really? They're releasing merch for Personas 1 and 2? I wonder if they're going to remaster them. Well, the Marvel Maximum Collection that they just released, they have soundtrack player on there. You can listen to all the music without having to play the game. That's true. Silver Surfer, for being so powerful as a comic book character, he's not very powerful within the game. Oh, gosh. Okay, I just realized what time it is. Because I am hungry. Level up. And that put us up to, what, 16? Oh, 21. All right. Good. Let's see. I believe there's a save spot over here. Somewhere. Ooh, no. My goodness. Ah. Guy's abusing me. Find a safe spot. You're right. They need to be re-released. There we go. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and head off to lunch. So give me about an hour. And I will be back. We'll pick up right here where we're leaving off with Symphony of the Night. If you have not done so yet, please follow me. Twitch, Twitter, Kick, Rumble. Subscription on YouTube would be great as well. If you're on Rumble, if you're on YouTube, go ahead and smash that like button. Let people know that I'm here. Comment. That would mean a lot to me. I'm trying to get my creator goals out of the way. I've got 2 of them out of the way because Software Cook came in and was my 20th unique chatter this month, so that's done. I just need the Rumble Premium hours are going to be something I'm going to have to figure out. But give me about an hour. I'll be back about 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we're going to pick up over here. Pick up right here where we're leaving off. Okay, guys? So don't go far. I'll see you guys here in about an hour. Thank you so much.